Hey guys, it's Radlin and John, May 6th with our weekly Facebook Live update about immigration, courts, and all of the things that are happening due to the coronavirus.
Yeah, good evening everyone.
And
Thanks
more.
for joining us.
So we want to again thank everyone for supporting us with our Facebook Live, with our Gardner Mendoza Facebook page, and all of the comments and congratulations that you guys gave us over this past week when we opened up our Newport News office. We really want to thank you guys. And please continue to share our page so those who may be able to benefit from it will be able to see what our updates are. So today we're going to cover a couple of things today. The best of contest, our second location, Newport News, some updates with immigration regarding extensions for requests for evidence, as well as a new update for military service members to be able to file their N-400 applications online. We just got a press release about that. Of course, we're going to go over the closings updates with immigration service, the courts, the embassies, as well as the immigration court. Answer your questions and go over Governor Northam's phases that he just introduced. Was it this past week?
On Monday.
All right, so we're gonna jump right in, and please type your comments in. We've gotten a couple of questions already, really appreciate that, so we can answer them for you.
All right.
And for John.
Yes. So let's start with the best of contest. I think most of you are familiar with the Virginia Pilots best of contest. You've seen the red banners around town where companies boast of being voted the best of in their area. For us, it's law firm. We are going to skip the Pilots Best of contest this year and instead donate our ballot entry fee to the local food bank. I'm very proud of the fact that we have won the Pilots Best of contest award for law firm for the last 3 years in a row.
Because of you guys, because of
you.
Our amazing community out there, our firm fam, as I like to call it. You guys are awesome. I mean, we put the call out to vote for us, and we've won it.
Yes.
It's been 3 years in a row now.
We won it in 2017, 2018, and 2019 for Virginia Pilot Best Law Firm. And we're really super proud of that. So we really like the Best of contest. It's wonderful. And thank you so much for supporting us. We have just made a decision this year to not participate. We had a meeting this morning with our entire team, and we just decided to skip the contest and instead to make the donation to the food bank instead. There is a $783 ballot fee this year to enter the contest. In the past, there's been a write-in option, and there's not a write-in option this year. So rather than enter the contest, we're going to donate that fee to the food bank. We just felt like it was the right thing to do. We may compete in 2021. We'll see.
If they have the write-in option.
If they have the write-in option, we're not ruling it out. And of course, good luck to all the law firms that are competing in it this year. But we will not be on the ballot this year. All right. So we wanted to let you all know that. And thank you so much for all your support in the past.
Absolutely. And it was kind of a hard decision because this is our 20th year law firm anniversary, and wouldn't it be awesome to win Best of in 2020? But again, there is no write-in option, and for us to participate, we'd have to pay $783. So we're gonna go ahead and give that to the.
We're gonna take that money instead and put it toward charity here because of the situation that all of us are in right now. We just feel like it's the right thing to do. All right.
Right. So again, our second location in Newport News, I want to just thank everyone for all of your support on that post that we put up. Me and I put that cheesy video together, but you guys liked it because Stephen DeCastro thinks it's our 40th anniversary. He knows we're way too young for that. But we really, really appreciate your support for the Newport News office. And I want to thank my cousin who sent me away. We went by her house and she sent me away with a bunch of veggie lumpia, which for the Filipinos out there, we can't really do vegetarian. There were lots of specks of chicken, or maybe it was pork, I don't know. It was not vegetarian, but they were delicious. And I fried them up on, was it Sunday?
Yeah.
And the whole house smelled like a Filipino restaurant or a Filipino home. And we were just super pumped up to eat the lumpia. Thanks, Cuz. Thank you for that.
Yes.
And all of my cousins and their friends and all the people, we really look forward to seeing you guys and serving you on the peninsula. Again, this is our second location, and we will, of course, still have our Virginia Beach mothership location. So we're just trying to serve the community on the peninsula and whoever wants to not go through the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. If you're coming from Williamsburg, Yorktown, Richmond, wherever, we're going to be there, so you don't have to go over that bridge tunnel. So thank you guys so much for your support.
And I always love, by the way, I love when the house smells like Filipino food. It makes me nostalgic. It reminds me of when we were first dating, the very first time we'd go to the parties, and I'd walk in and the house would smell like Filipino food, and there'd be all these big trays of food with the flame under them. There'd be a whole pig with people just sort of hacking at it with the cleaver.
We were hacking at it. That's true. That's absolutely true. It's
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll go back to that soon enough. In the meantime, frying up my cousin's veggie lumpia with specks of pork in it.
Yeah.
Was awesome. Thanks, Cuz.
Vegetarian and Filipino food means 50% meat, 50% vegetables.
I think 60% meat and 40% vegetables. But again, if you want to call for an appointment in Newport News, the number, which I don't have memorized yet, is 757-693-5532. And we are at the Oyster Point City Center. So very conveniently located, hopefully, for all of you. And we're so excited because it's a new thing.
Yes.
And it's a new beginning for us in the on the peninsula. And again, like I said, it's our 20th anniversary, not our 40th. Steve,
we both are, Steve. To answer your question, we both are.
We have one of our friends on our Facebook Live right now who's what do you call this? He's harassing us. Is basically what he's doing. He's harassing us on Facebook Live. But John is the Filipino one.
That's correct. That's correct.
He's more Filipino than I am now because he wears flip-flops in the wintertime.
And I work with heavy machinery while wearing flip-flops.
So I want to just take a real quick second to talk about our 20th anniversary and plans that have changed for all of us. You know, we were planning on having a huge 20th anniversary party for our law firm in June, beginning of June. And my mom, whom we've had not seen in 2 years, she's going to fly down or fly over and come celebrate that 20th anniversary. And for those of you who know us, we do know how to throw a good party, right, Brooke and Steve? And we were just really, really looking forward to celebrating this 20th anniversary year. And that's going to have to be postponed. And I know a lot of that stuff is happening for all of you as well. Just things that are changed and kind of riding a different wave. So we get it. I miss my mom. I can't wait until we can see each other again. And it's very uncertain with regard to her being in the Philippines, health and everything. I know we're all thinking about this. So we're all in this together. I just want to kind of reiterate that we are all in this together, and we feel everything that's going on with you guys, our clients, our team, everything. So our hearts go out to everyone out there who's kind of feeling the same way that we are about all this and the change, the uncertainty. And this is kind of something that I hear a lot, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But it's true. This too shall pass, and it will all be okay. So, all right, let's jump into is it me again?
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's me again.
Yes.
So
and we did have a question already. So
do we?
Yes, we
What's
did.
the question?
It's already scrolled past on the.
Oh no! The scrolling past on the screen is a difficult situation here with this Facebook. Yeah, because I don't see all the comments, but
whoever had the original question there, if you could resubmit that.
Yeah,
Sorry
because
about that.
the comments are sometimes pop up on the screen, but not on the actual comments. I don't have a.
Yeah, it was a question that was posted just a couple minutes ago.
Okay, post that question again. I will answer a question that someone wrote in the comments earlier in the earlier post, and that is, when are the U.S. embassies going to open? Question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And I really wish that I had a better answer for you. Currently, they're still closed, and jumping ahead to USCIS closings, I think they may follow the reopening. I'm hoping that they follow the reopening of USCIS, and USCIS is supposed to be opening on June the 4th, reopening on June the 4th. And so that, I'm afraid to say, is something that can be changed depending on how everything goes. Can that be pushed back? Yes, it can. And that goes as well with the U.S. embassies with regard to when they're going to open. So I know I don't have, for the person who wrote that in, and I know I don't have a satisfactory answer for you, and I'm sorry about that. I wish that I had the date. It would be awesome if we did have a drop dead date with regard to when everything is going to be starting up again, but I think it's kind of in flux, in flow, and we have to just kind of see what's happening. So good news for those who have received a request for evidence from Immigration Service or continuation of your N-400. Say you went to your N-400 interview and they wanted some other document, and or maybe you got a notice of intent to deny or a notice of intent to revoke. USCIS is going to basically extend your let me back up a little bit, because I'm sorry, I got a little bit diverted by the question. I just sent a pic of the question to Radlin's phone. Okay, got it. Thank you, Brooke. Basically, with regard to these continuances, they are allowing you to have 60 days in addition to the time that you've already been given. So for a request for evidence, for example, you get 87 days to answer that. So you can tack on another 60 days if they've received that, if they've sent you that, and if it's dated, that request for evidence, March 1st to July 1st. So if you receive a request for evidence or anything that I just mentioned, a notice of intent to deny, a 290B, and it's dated from March 1st to July 1st, then you may respond to that within 60 days of the actual deadline. So you get an extra 60 days. So that is quite helpful, especially with all the court closings. If you need to get a certified disposition, if you needed to track something down for USCIS, then you're going to have that additional days. And that was just extended to encompass requests for evidences and other such notices of intent to deny through July 1st, 2020. So that's an update. And then, as I mentioned before, if you are a military service member, USCIS just issued a press release in English and in Spanish. Go check it out at uscis.gov, and I can type it in the comments as well, that you will now be able to file online like everyone else. For those who are not in the military, we've been able to file online for quite some time now. And it's probably because military service members, their fee, the N-400 fee of $725 is waived. And so maybe they didn't have the capability of figuring that piece out. So it looks like they figured that piece out. And so military service members can file online, which is great news. So those are my USCIS updates for now. And I'm going to go, while you do yours, I'm going to go check out that question that Brooke sent over.
Okay, let me skip ahead. Let's talk about the Virginia state courts for a minute while she looks for that question. Pretty much the same situation as we had last week if you were watching. Criminal cases and DUIs are getting continued until the end of June for the most part. Typically those cases, unlike a lot of other cases in Virginia Beach, those cases have a prosecutor involved, a Commonwealth's attorney, and the court has asked the Commonwealth's attorney's office to reach out to defense counsel and to pick new dates for those toward the end of June. As of now, all of the courts are closed until May 17th. So there was an original order It keeps getting extended. It's been extended again. That came from the Supreme Court. And so if you have a case between now and May 17th, that case is going to get continued. So if you just have like a speeding ticket, or even a reckless driving, or a no operator's license, or a suspended operator's license, those cases are all going to be getting continued automatically, okay, because the court is closed. The original exceptions that were in the Supreme Court's original order are still applicable. So the exceptions to these closures, and you want to be careful about this, if you have any of these situations, you need to be there. Arraignments are still going forward. Bond hearings are still going forward. Bond appeals are still going forward. Requests for emergency protective orders are still going forward. Some determination of counsel hearings are still going forward. And there are some guilty pleas that are happening now where the defendant is in custody. So if you have a friend or a relative that you're helping out right now who has a case pending, who's in custody, and you're thinking to yourself, what about speedy trial? I mean, this could go on forever. My friend, my brother, my husband, my daughter, whatever, is in jail right now. I would try to get a hold of their attorney immediately, because they can advance that case on the docket to try to set up a guilty plea, not a trial necessarily, but a guilty plea. And the court doesn't have to accept it, but they are entertaining those motions. The Chief Judge of the Virginia Beach General District Court, Judge Lawn, clarified that yesterday, I believe, or today, that they are taking those cases and they are considering them. So if you have any questions, I've been keeping all of my clients, we've been keeping all of our clients up to date on their court dates. If you're not a client, if you're just watching this and you have a case pending and you don't know what to do about your court date, please let me know and I will find out the answer for you. My email is jcg@gmlaw.net. So if you have a case coming up and you're not sure whether it's going to go forward, whether you need to be there, what you should do about it, please shoot me an email and I'd be happy to find out for you. Okay?
Awesome. Thanks for
the court update.
Thanks for the love and the comments. I really feel like did everyone understand that whole RFE? Because I was completely distracted. Hopefully everyone did. If you did not, send me a clarifying question in Messenger and I will clarify. But you get extra time if you receive that request for evidence between March 1st and July 1st of 2020. So that is the bottom line, but I was kind of all over the place there. So the question that was posted again, and thanks for posting that, and thank you, Brooke, for sending that to me via text, is if a couple gets married in Mexico and has a Mexican marriage certificate, then is that valid in the United States, or do they have to get married again in the United States? So that marriage certificate is good to go. You do not have to get remarried in the United States again. So hopefully that answers your question. If you need clarification on that, shoot me a message through Messenger.
And let me also mention real quick, going back to the closures for a second, that the DMV is closed until May 11th. And if you have a license that expires between March 15th and June 30th, it is automatically extended for 90 days or until July 31st, whichever comes first. And if you qualify, you still can renew your license online. All right. So that's the DMV update in case you missed that last week as well. Okay.
So let's see. I already mentioned this, but USCIS is supposed to be opening up on the 4th of June. And the courts, other than detained hearings, are going to be closed. The immigration courts are going to be closed. Was that May 29th is when they're set to reopen. And I know personally that when our local immigration office opens in Norfolk, they are taking lots and lots of measures with regard to safety of the customers, safety of their staff, as well as the safety of the people who go in there, the attorneys. So there's going to be a lot of different precautions that are taken for when we go back in there and feel comfortable. So that's happening. That's in the works. We just hope that they keep that date of June the 4th and reopen back up. on that time. I know that a lot of our clients are very, very anxious about getting their cases heard and getting them adjudicated so they can kind of move on with their lives, get their lawful permanent resident card, get their NATS interview done. I know, especially for people who have been sometimes waiting for years to become U.S. citizens, finally, bite the bullet to do it, and then they have this, and the interviews are getting rescheduled, and we're feeling the pain of our clients. We really, really are. We want to close these cases just as much as they do.
It feels like for those of you who have done a lot of traveling, when you take that long flight and then you're finally ready to land, and then the plane circles around, and then you start to realize that something has happened on the ground. They don't have a gate for you or whatever, or a runway, and then you're just in a holding pattern. You're just kind of going around in circles waiting to be cleared for landing. That's how a lot of our clients are feeling right now, and we empathize. So we're on top of it as soon as the runway opens up. We are definitely going to clear these cases for landing.
Yes, absolutely, and it's gonna be awesome. And I feel good about going to our Norfolk Immigration Office. I'm sure Fairfax is also taking the same precautions, as well as all the other USCIS offices around the country. The precautions with regard to doing the right thing and keeping everybody safe and healthy. All right, so I want to give a quick shout out to the nurses out there. Do we have any nurses watching today? True heroes right now, especially right now. Always. I've always loved all of my nurses, and but really, really true heroes, especially now working on the front lines and just really putting their lives on the line by being in the hospitals, being in the nursing homes, being even in the doctor's offices. So
just seeing this every day,
Right. Shout out. We know so many nurses.
We do.
And y'all are just awesome. Our sister-in-law, Sherry Davis, she's a nurse. My cousin, MJ, she's a brand new nurse. My cousins, Rachel and Michelle. Michelle, who works at the nursing home. And your cousins, Carrie and Carrie's daughter. So many of our clients.
And
Melody. That's right. Melody. So many people we know are nurses. And of course, so many Filipino nurses. Not going to say that they're the best nurses, but maybe I'll say that. No, I didn't say that. They're all good. They're all amazing. Y'all are all great. But we know that everyone loves Filipino nurses. All right, that's all I'll say about that. It is also Foster Care Awareness Month, guys, in May. There's a lot of awareness months and everything, but it's also Pacific Islander Asian Month as well. But I really wanted to pick out the Nurses Appreciation Week, as well as Foster Care Awareness Month, because we want to give a really special shout out to Jackie from her office and her husband Jonathan, who are fostering baby Jay. That's his just first initial, but he's 1 year old baby and a total sweetheart. He's just the sweetest thing. And if you know Jackie, then you know that this baby has basically won the foster mom lottery. This woman is amazing. She was the one in our Cinco de Mayo post yesterday. So she's awesome. And we kind of do this thing every Monday on our Zoom meeting. And it's like, we do the rose and thorn exercise. Woo, who loves these team building exercises? Anyway, so we do this rose and thorn exercise, and we go around and we talk about, okay, what's the rose? Okay, what's the thorn? What's bothering you? And every single week, Jackie has no thorns. So even though she has a brand new baby, and no daycare situation for quite some time, so they really were just thrown into the thick of it. So our hats are off to all the foster parents out there, but especially to our very own Jackie and her husband John. Y'all are amazing. So we bow down to you guys, seriously.
And to the mothers for Mother's Day coming up. I see my mom is watching. Happy Mother's Day, Mama, early. Happy
Mother's Day. That's right. Good point. It's Mother's Day on Sunday. I've been actually trying to up my Mother's Day game. I mean, my mothering game. Like, I cut carrots today and put some apples out for the kids while this Facebook Live, just because I'm trying to get some better presents this year.
You don't need to up your game. It's not possible.
All right, so we jumped around a little bit.
Yeah, we really did.
Do we have any other questions? Doesn't look like we have any questions posted up. I think we covered the closings.
We did.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, my pages got mixed up. That's kind of what happened there. And then the comments started popping up, and sometimes it's just not it's not smooth like butter sometimes, but it's okay. We're here. We're just rolling with it. That's what we do.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, well, if you have any more questions, go ahead and get those in, and we can field those and answer them. But I'm going to move on and talk a little bit about where things are in Virginia going forward. Obviously, this is all uncertain, but just an update. I'm sure you're reading the news, but for those of you maybe who are confused about it or haven't seen all of it, so the stay-at-home order that we have, that's Executive Order 55, is still in effect, and that's in effect until June 10th. The original order with regard to restaurants and businesses, that was Executive Order 53, that was set to end on May 8th, but Governor Northam extended that to May 14th. Again, violation of these orders is a Class 1 misdemeanor, so you can go to jail for up to 12 months, $2,500 fine, or both. That's for any Class 1 misdemeanor in Virginia. And on Monday, Governor Northam announced plans to hopefully begin to reopen things on May 15th, and it's going to be in 3 phases. The phases are vague, I can tell you that right now, but at least it's some kind of a framework for us to think about. So with phase 1, the stay-at-home order will become a safer at home advisory, okay? So just advising that, hey, try to stay at home as much as you can. That's a safer place for you to be. The vulnerable populations should continue to shelter in place. There'll be no social gatherings of more than 10 people.
I'll read that to you.
Okay, thank you. The teleworking is still encouraged, but some can return to the workplace. Face coverings will be recommended in public, and there'll be ease limitations on businesses and faith communities. It's not clear what businesses and exactly how that will work with faith communities, but that's the phase 1. But the big difference there will be that movie theaters, gyms, salons, churches, restaurants, and retailers will be able to open back up with strict social distancing rules, enhanced sanitation, and safety guidelines for employees. And there will be industry-specific guidelines for businesses published phase 1, all right? I think the governor said, and I wrote a quote down here, that you'll be able to get your hair cut, but you'll need an appointment, and you'll see new safety measures in the salon. It means you can go out and eat again, but restaurants will use less seating to spread people out more. All right. I like that part. The part about the haircut is not a major concern for me, but I know that a lot of folks are...
Your hair's growing back there, honey.
Yeah, thanks.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
right.
good.
Look at that.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Okay, phase 2. Phase 2 is going to be pretty much the same as phase 1, but the social gathering number will go up to 50 rather than 10. And we're told that phase 2 could last between 2 to 4 weeks or maybe even longer. Phase 3 could be 10 to 12 weeks away or more. And again, that's why I say vague or more. Phase 3 will remove all restrictions on social gatherings and capacity limits for businesses, while still stressing cleaning and vulnerable populations staying home. As a reminder, our law firm, Gardner Mendoza, we're fully operational, and we have been since this whole thing began. Okay, so the only change that we made is that we are not holding in-office client meetings right now. That's the only thing that's changed for us, is that we switched all of our client consultations and prospective client consultations to virtual or Zoom meetings rather than having folks come into the office, and that's just for the safety of everyone. So we've been fully operational all along, all right? So if you have any questions about that, again, let me know. It's a very, very vague framework, but at least we know that it's hopefully on the horizon. We'll keep our fingers crossed, all right?
Okay.
I think we have some...
Yeah, Raquel says that court just announced another closure through June 7th, state court, but some cities may allow an opening on 5/18 for non-emergency matters. Not sure which cities may allow this starting May 18th. I think that's
Okay, so for those of you who didn't hear that, so this just happened that the court announced another closure through June 7th. Okay, that's the state court. All right, so that extension I just said a few minutes ago is May 14th. It's going to be June 7th. All right.
Thanks, Raquel. Raquel's in the know.
Yes,
she's got
she
her.
has the ultimate inside track.
We won't tell you guys how, but
No,
she does.
We'll
she
just
does.
leave it at that.
We shall leave it at that. Let's see. I'm going to go to my electronic notes because these pages were not numbered to make sure that we are good to go and have covered everything that we wanted to cover. I believe so.
Okay.
So, gosh, so many great people on here today. Look, Savannah's here watching. Savannah, shout out to Savannah. We miss you. And so many people, Jay from high school, and my cousins, and Raquel. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for all your support. For those of you who came in late, at the very beginning of the Facebook Live, I mentioned something, and I'll circle back and mention it again since all of you are watching now. The Virginian Pilots Best Of contest that happens every year. We are super proud because we've won it the last 3 years in a row for law firm, 2017,
Virginia
18,
Beach, yep.
and 19 law firm in Virginia Beach. But we had a team meeting this morning, and we decided as a team that we are not going to participate in the Virginian Pilots Best Of contest this year. There's not a write-in option. There is a $783 ballot fee, and we just felt like it was the right thing to do this year to, instead of having our name on the ballot, we're going to go ahead and donate that money to the local food bank instead of participating in the Best Of contest this year. So we may do it again. If there's a write-in option in 2021, then we may participate again. And again, good luck to the law firms that are continuing to participate in it this year. All right?
Yeah, in our hearts, we know we're the best of because you guys have voted us best of for 3 years in a row. And we really, really appreciate that support over the years. It's so great to win that.
And hello to my aunt. Hi, Jill.
Hello, aunt, and my Canadian cousin, Roy Wells. What's up, buddy? But let's see here. Yes, again, thank you for joining us. Please, again, share this with others who may benefit from this information. And if you have any questions or if you want to contact us, please reach out to us on Messenger. You're already on Facebook, so maybe that's the easiest way. If you don't want to post a question here because it's confidential, then reach out to us on Messenger, always confidential. You can always send us an email as well at info@gmlaw.net, or you can send it to me personally, which is my first name, Radlin, RADLYN @gmlaw.net. And of course, you can call the office, 757-464-9224. So many ways to get in touch with us. We are looking forward again to seeing you guys in person. For now, we're doing virtual appointments, but it is business as usual for us. And it's super cool because it's very efficient. Everybody seems very happy with our virtual Zoom meetings, whatever platform you choose. We've done it on FaceTime. We've done it on Messenger. We've also done it on Zoom, of course, and WhatsApp. There are many platforms. So we really appreciate it. And Aunt Sue's on here too.
I have the best aunts.
I know. They're all here. Are my aunts on here?
I'm sure they are.
My cousins are on here, but my aunts are not. I'm gonna have to call them on that.
And by the way, as we always say, if you have a question, even if it's not a legal question per se, if it's something that you think that we may know the answer to, or that we may be able to point you in the right direction for, please reach out to us and we'll do everything we can to try to help.
Yes, we do have a wonderful network of colleagues who are legal colleagues and otherwise. So reach out to us if you got a question or a concern or just something that you think we may be able to help you with. Reach out to us because we are here and we're not going anywhere.
We are not going anywhere.
We are not going anywhere. So thank you guys.
Upward and onward.
Yes. We'll see you. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. That's our sign off. Thanks, Sarah.
Okay, catch Sarah. Wait, real quick. Catch Sarah on Facebook Live on Friday at noon if you want to hear this in Espanol.
That's
so,
Attorney Sarah Lawler, she'll be doing Facebook Live in Spanish.
All right.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
Okay, see you.
Take care. See you
Thanks
next
for joining
week.
us.
Bye-bye.